You mentioned that permanent housing piece. People have been asking about affordability and location. Can you give us specifics? Where are these new buildings located and how much they're going to cost? Can you match the rent that they've already been paying?
Well, that was really important to us. We wanted to make sure that we were giving them a wide range of options. And so we worked with 3 different property owners, each of which owns dozens of units all over the city. And so there's options in every single neighborhood for these residents. There's options at a variety of different price points. In addition to that, the city is putting forward $4,000 for the first few months' rent. We're putting forward moving costs. We kept pushing the existing landlord at Sherbrooke, and they are releasing the security deposits. They're clearing back rent. A lot of these tenants owed thousands in back rent.
What's the deal with the current building? Can people move back in there technically once repairs are made? What's going on with that?
Yeah, as those repairs are made, and we think within the next 2.5 weeks, there should be units opening up in that building, and people will be able to move back in. What we realized when we sat down with tenants, when we talked to tenants individually, is that many of them just didn't want to go back.
45 days after this fire, people have been living in these motels they say were riddled with bugs and mold, crime, frustrated. What's your response to those tenants?
Well, I sat here with the tenants, and the stories were just heartbreaking. And we sent inspectors to each of these hotels. We're working on making sure those hotels are in better condition, because we don't want hotels in our city to be in poor condition anyways. But we are also working on moving some of those tenants out for the next few days and then getting them into permanent housing. Our goal since we left here that day a week and a half ago with the tenants was to make sure we were getting them into permanent housing. So we've gone above and beyond certainly our legal duties and what they asked us even.
Another question we've gotten is why the city is handling all this. What's the landlord's role in all this, especially when it comes to payment for these hotels, motels?
Yeah, the landlord should be stepping up under the Uniform Relocation Assistance Act. They haven't. We have pushed them to step up, and they haven't. And so the city has covered these costs. We're pulling out liens on their property, and we will go after them for payment. But we weren't just going to sit and wait for the landlord to pay up. We went after these. We don't know if we're going to be able to recover. We're going to do the best we can, but we thought it was important to provide these services to these residents.
Mayor, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Guys, I will send it back to you in the studio.